Hey guys, it is Sarah Indra, and as you can read by the title, today's topic is how feminism benefits white women only. First off, I want to make a quick disclaimer. I am in no way trying to offend anyone. I hate neither women nor men. In addition, I also don't have anything against white people in general. I'm just sharing my point of view as a POC girl. To begin with, the basic idea and goal of feminism is and was supposed to be equality, which in my opinion, is barely the case anymore nowadays. Originally, feminism was supposed to make no gender more privileged, causing women and men to be equal. As time went by, the gender equality situation fortunately improved. I mean, compare women nowadays with women 50 years ago. A big factor was the suffragettes. But let's talk about how problematic they actually were. After black men were given the legal right to vote in 1870, it seemed like that caused white women to fear the fact that even a man of color was able to vote, while white women weren't. It is also worth noting that the 19th Amendment promised women that their right to vote would not be denied on account of sex, but failed to recognize millions of black women and other POC women. And as Martha S. Jones once said, racism is a language that is shared by suffragists and anti-suffragists alike. To clarify it better, here's a clip of Jennifer Williams explaining it very well.
White women's suffrage, they're trying to ensure their seat at the table with white men. They're thinking that seat is going to be taken by black men if they don't push them out of the chair. They began consolidating around shared whiteness with their male compatriots and consolidating with Southerners in order to ensure those numbers.
The pitch was basically, give all women the vote, and the white majority will rise significantly. The Negro and foreign-born women will be disenfranchised in most Southern states anyway.
Black women still are pushing voting and citizenship rights and women's rights. You find the formation of Black feminism. That fight never stops.
Since everything I mentioned was in the past, let's focus on modern-day feminism. In my opinion, feminism still benefits white women only. The fact alone that only white women like Tina Fey, Taylor Swift, Amy Schumer are the faces of feminism proves my point. White women profit from feminism because it was and still is created for them only. In rare occasions, you will hear about POC women talking about feminism compared to white women. Let me mention examples. Instead of speaking up about the unfair gender roles in Asian or African culture, they rather spread awareness about how periods should be normalized, when they in fact pretty much are, at least in the West. They ignore our voices and issues like us being viewed as masculine because of our ethnic features. You will meet tons of POC women who get called manly masculine only because of their body hair. Or you'll also see enough people sexualizing Asian women for literally no genuine reason. And let's not ignore the fact that brown girls can't even wear glasses without being sexualized and compared to Maya Khalifa. A very important topic would also be white women's tears. In case you have no idea what that is, let me explain it. White women tears are powerful, very powerful. If a white woman cries, especially if she cries because of a POC, she'll instantly become the poor victim. Let's say you accidentally stepped on a white woman's foot and she starts crying. Don't be surprised if people will come up and comfort her while shouting at you for hurting her. I myself have experienced that and can confirm that people will almost always believe a white woman crying. I'm gonna sum up my experience. In primary school, or middle school for the Americans, I was an immigrant kid who couldn't speak the language that well, and the teacher seemed xenophobic anyway. A white girl started crying because a book fell on her head and wrongly accused me of hitting her with the book. She screamed and cried, and the teacher ran to us and obviously believed the white girl crying. Mind you, I was the most quiet, shy, well-behaved girl that never ever caused any problems. So the teacher had hit me with the same book on my head for equality. Then my mom picked me up and asked, "Why is my daughter crying?" And I told her what happened. After that traumatic experience, I had to move to a different school that is very far from my house. Last but not least, I want to share a theory I believe is true, but I know it sounds very problematic. I think modern-day white feminists are mainly just women who don't want to acknowledge their privilege in the West, so they try to play the victim role or act oppressed when they're actually mainly equal to white men. That's why I won't consider myself a feminist anymore, but I'd like to know your comments and opinions on this topic. Make sure to share them in the comments. That's it for this week's video. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you'll always know about all of our future videos. Thank you and have a great week.